Welcome, everyone, to our Week 4 Football Officials Educational Video Series for the 2024 football season. We have some great plays this week to learn from. We have some plays regarding mechanics and rules. So let's get into those plays now. Our first play this week, we're going to focus on how important it is that we follow the mechanics manual and we refresh ourselves with our signals on pages 38 through 47 for the game officials manual. We're going to look down here at the bottom of the screen, our line judge, who I've highlighted inside the circle. We have a play here that goes along the sideline, a catch, and then the player goes out of bounds. Now, looking at the line judge's signal here, can you tell me, should the game clock be running or should it be stopped? Should the play clock be started for the next play? We are unsure by the signals given. We have a signal which is for a catch, which is not one of our signals in the NFHS mechanics manual. So let's refresh ourselves with the game officials manual, specifically with our signal chart, and make sure you're using those proper signals so that we can communicate to the play clock operator, the game clock operator, spectators, coaches in our crew. It is important that we use proper signals so that we have proper communication so that all these things can be operated correctly. Here we're going to have a pass play where the runner gets close to the first down marker. We're going to focus on the line judge as he comes up near the 36, squares off the spot, and comes into the field. We're going to see the line judge reach back to his hip and push on his radio communication. Why is he doing that? Probably because he's communicating to the rest of the crew that we are short of the first down marker. This is great use of the radio if you use the radio as a tool. This is great communication by the line judge. This allows the line judge to look across the field, look at the first down marker, looking through the players, observe the action, communicate to the rest of the crew. This allows the rest of the crew not to have to take their eyes off the dead ball officiating in the players. They can get the information by great communication by the line judge, knowing that we do not have a first down yet. This allows all officials to focus on that dead ball and a great communication here by utilizing that radio. This is a good job here, and communication is important on these types of plays because it allows the rest of the crew to focus on what they need to be focused on and allows the line judge to communicate that information. Good job. On our next play here, we're again going to focus on mechanics, and I've highlighted the line judge and the head linesman on this play. We are going to have a pre-snap foul where both our line judge and head linesman throw a flag to shut the play down. Now, we're going to compare how the two officials react after throwing their flag. We are going to see on this play how the head linesman comes off the sideline after throwing his flag and utilizing the stop the clock signal. Great job there. Now, at the bottom of the screen, our line judge has thrown the flag, but has not reacted as quickly and is not stopping the clock. Remember, let's utilize the signals that the head linesman has used here, those mechanics, by coming in, using the stop the clock signal, getting this play shut down. That way we can prevent any possible action from taking place. Like in this case, they snap the ball. Utilize his mechanics also so that we can notify our referee and other officials that we have a flag and we're shutting the play down. This will help us to officiate these types of play. Good job here by the head linesman. Another play where we're going to focus on mechanics. This play, we're going to focus on the mechanics. Just to our left of the screen here, we can see inside, I've highlighted inside the circle, the line judge. First of all, he has positioned himself 2 yards off the field of play because we have the ball spotted on his side hash mark. This gives him a little bit more buffer zone distance from the play and allows him a little bit more safety zone. So we're going to have a snap here. We're going to have a play that goes to his sideline. You're going to immediately see him go to the goal line. And then as the play develops, it goes out of bounds. Notice how he works back, turns out, which is proper mechanics, utilizing the stop the clock signal, observing the action outside, comes back to the spot. Great job here. Great work. Great mechanics. Focus on this play will be the player on defense here that I highlighted inside the circle. And you're going to see him make 2 hits late on this play. And this is a great job here by our head linesman and umpire of flagging this on this play. This tells me they were not ball watching. They were not looking 25, 30 yards down the field where the ball was. They were observing action in their area, monitoring players, doing a good job of off-ball and dead ball officiating and looking for action like this. They both got the penalty marker out and flagged this appropriately. This is a good job here. Remember this, especially on these types of plays where the field gets spread out. We have to focus in our area. On the next play here, we're going to look at the defensive lineman I've highlighted inside the circle. And at the snap, he's going to come across and make contact to the quarterback who's passing the ball. And you can see the contact right there, leading with his helmet, striking the quarterback in the side of the helmet. And we have a flag for roughing the passer. So you might say, well, this contact was not late, and that's judgment. But more specifically, this contact was above the shoulders to the helmet, utilizing the defensive player's helmet to strike the helmet of the offensive player. This would be a roughing the passer call on this play because the player was passing the ball, the quarterback was passing the ball. These types of plays, we need to get this and be observant for this. And anytime a player utilizes their helmet like this would be an appropriate call to flag it, as this is a safety foul. In our next play here, we're going to talk about offensive pass interference. And we're going to talk about the two players I have highlighted inside the gold circles in their action. So, first of all, let's talk about Rule 7 real quickly as we watch the play. First, pass interference restrictions only apply beyond the neutral zone and only if the legal forward pass, untouched by B, in or behind the neutral zone, crosses the neutral zone. Remember, pass interference restrictions on a legal forward pass begin for A with the snap. So, as we come back to this play again and we look at the two players I have highlighted, we're going to see the outside player and the inside player, and then we're going to watch their actions. And so as the snap takes place, a couple things we have to know. First of all, to have offensive pass interference, the pass has to go untouched by B beyond the neutral zone. So as we see the inside player come down and begin blocking, we see him blocking down there around the 46-yard line. He's already engaged in that block as the pass was in the air. We see the receiver here, who is beyond the neutral zone, catching the ball right around the 49, 50-yard line. So we can have offensive pass interference because we have met the requirements of Rule 7. Now, who could throw this flag? The line judge could obviously throw it because he's in great position to see where the pass is caught. But of course, the back judge may see the blocking but not know whether the ball crossed the neutral zone. So this is an instance where the back judge could see the action of the offensive player blocking and could throw the flag, put a penalty marker down. And then the back judge and the wing officials would have to come together and communicate and indicate from the wing officials to explain to the back judge whether the ball was behind, in, or beyond the neutral zone. So this is a play where we may have a flag and then we may have a discussion to ensure that the penalty marker that we have put down on the field is correct, because the back judge does not have the best view from his angle to be able to see where this ball, as it is close to the neutral zone as it is. So remember, you can throw this flag, but immediately get with the wing officials and communicate to find out where that pass crossed the line or not. This next play, we're going to again talk about officials' mechanics. And here in this play, we're going to look at an encroachment by the defense, and we're going to see the line judge here appropriately flag it. But let's keep a couple things in mind as we watch the line judge here. The mechanics manual on page 20 says avoid signaling the foul rather than reporting the foul to the referee because another game official may have a different foul. And in this case, we can see him indicating the encroachment signal. Remember, we may have a flag somewhere else. We want to get together and communicate this. We don't want mixed signals given by different officials. The other part about this is we continue to watch the play. We also want to remember that the mechanics manual on page 21 says the line judge should hold the enforcement spot until it is certain that the penalty enforcement has been done correctly. The head linesman should walk off the penalty yardage on the sideline as the umpire is walking off the penalty also. So in this case, a couple of things here. We can also see that the line judge points against the offense. Again, communication is key. Now, we can all make mistakes here, but we want to take our time and get things correct so that we can avoid coaches seeing this and then being upset when they see the penalty enforced the incorrect way, as they think, because we made a mistake. Let's read the mechanics manual, pages 20 and 21, and we can do these things better. This is another play that we're going to look at great mechanics here by the head linesman that I have highlighted inside the circle on the far side of the field. We're going to have the quarterback throw a pass to his right. Now, the question here could be, is this ball backwards or forwards? But as we watch this play, we're going to see great hustle and mechanics by the head linesman here as he comes in onto the field, giving the incomplete pass signal, letting everyone know that he is ruling this forward and incomplete. He is not indecisive. He makes the decision and clearly demonstrates it by using quality mechanics, which helps to reinforce his call and to be less question of whether his call is correct or not. Good job here. This play we're going to take a look at we're going to look at a play where we have the back judge communicating to the referee for an intentional grounding call. And you're going to see on this play that the quarterback throws the ball into an area where there are no potential receivers, and he's basically getting rid of the ball. So you can see right here, he gives incomplete pass, and then he gets on the radio and communicates to the referee the information. And then he'll come up and communicate further to the referee. Remember, an intentional grounding call is a crew call. It takes the entire crew sometimes to communicate effectively to be able to get this call right. And this is what happens here on this play. So good job by the back judge specifically on communicating to the referee here. And we get the call correct of intentional grounding because of our communication skills on this play. The final play this week is an onside kick play. And as many of us who have been around the game of football and have been involved in onside kicks, these can be challenging. So we're going to have an onside kick here by the kicking team. And as we can see, this was probably not a situation where we're expecting an onside kick because we only have two officials, one on K's line and one on R's line. So here comes the kick, and we can see right here, the line judge is in great position on this play, watching the 50-yard line. That's an important line because the ball has to cross the 50-yard line if untouched by R for K to possess. We can see right here inside the circle that it looks like this is about where K possesses the ball across the field. So remember, on this type of play, K cannot advance this because this ball is still a kick. So we have that line of importance. The official is in great position to see it and now can rule whether the ball crossed the line and then can rule on the spot of recovery by K. As this play continues, we're going to see him come into the field, stopping the clock, doing a great job getting the spot. Now, as we look across the field, though, we're going to see we have two officials at two different spots, okay? At the end of the day, though, when we look at where they spot this ball, they get the spot correct. But let's communicate here as they did. Let's get the spot correct. Let's be careful about giving two alternative spots here. Remember, it's the spot of recovery by K on this play. Ultimately, this crew gets the spot correct. So good job. But keep in mind, be ready, be alert for these types of plays. Onside kicks sometimes come when we may not be expecting it. Our best routine on these types of plays should be expect an onside kick, and then if they kick it deep, you'll be ready for anything because it's easier to adjust to a deep kick than it is to adjust back to an onside kick. Good job here by this crew. Thank you again for joining us this week for our Week 4 Officials Education video series. I had a heavy focus this week on mechanics because mechanics are important as a communication tool, and they also make us look more professional. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good mechanics. Check out that Game Officials Manual. Review that and make sure you're adhering to that manual. Until next time, take care.